Larry, why don't you pull into the lot? If you want to take a very low-key overwatch, and I'll make contact. Hey guys, how you doing? I just want to see empty hands, okay? What's in your left hand or your right hand, bud? Okay, I'm talking to your friend. Okay? You're cool. You can keep your cameras going, that's fine. Just stop right there, okay? We had a complaint about you guys, okay? And because we had a complaint, that's why we're stopping you, and you obviously know why, okay? What I'm going to need to do in a minute here is identify you, make sure everything's kosher, making sure that you're exercising your rights and not disturbing the peace. Understood? Okay? You going to cooperate with me?
Have we broken any laws?
Well, we've had a complaint right now of someone walking around with a long gun, okay, and that's rather suspicious in this day and age of active shootings and crazy people. Okay? So until then, I have to determine exactly where we're at. I'm sure you can appreciate that, right? Okay. First things first, you, without the long gun, do you have any other weapons on you? Okay. Don't put your hand towards it, but where's that weapon?
I have two on me.
Okay.
I have two firearms and one knife.
Okay.
The first firearm is on my waist.
Okay.
Behind my right hip.
Okay.
The other is on my left ankle.
And you're not going to make any movements towards it, are you? Now, in this day and age as a police officer, if you make a furtive action towards a weapon, you know what I'm going to do?
Yes, I do.
I'm going to shoot you right in the head. Nothing personal, but that's the world we live in, right? Okay? Now, if you're just exercising your constitutional rights, that's another thing. But we have to determine that, right?
Yep.
Excellent. Outstanding. Edgar, where would you like this first party? The one without the long gun.
Hi. Good. How are you? I thought you looked familiar. I thought I recognized you. Yes, sir.
Now, once Russ keeps on going here, you and I are going to talk, okay? What's your first name?
Charles.
Charles, I'm Sean. Okay? Obviously, I have a pretty good idea what's going on here, but you got to understand, I deal with a lot of dangerous people. People with guns who want to hurt me or other people. Is that understood? And with all the active shootings and crazy people in the world, I have to protect my community. Is that understood?
Yep.
Okay. Very, very good. Don't make any furtive actions towards any weapons you have, but how many weapons do you have?
Just on my side, and then I got a knife on my side.
Okay. But you're not going to make any actions towards those, right?
No, I just got that.
And you keep your camera going. That's fine. I don't care. Okay? I got mine going too. Okay? In the meantime, though, what I'm going to have you do is just face away because I'm just going to approach you from behind. I'm not going to take your weapon, but I'm going to identify you, okay? Just so you know, that officer to your left, okay, I'm going to come up open-handed. If you make a move towards that weapon, he's going to shoot you in the head. Okay? As if you're trying to hurt me. He's going to protect me. Is that understood? Okay. You stay right there. Paige, you got me? No move towards your weapons, Charles. Okay, bud? Now, do I have permission to go in your wallet to get your ID?
I don't consent to search.
Okay. You don't consent to search. We're going to play that game. Okay.
It's
Okay.
not a game. It's my right.
Paige, would you come up, please? It's your rights. Okay. Well, what is your name, sir? What's your middle, Sir Charles?
A.
I'm sorry, what?
A.
And what's your last name?
Brandstrom.
Spell, please.
B-R-A-N-S-T-R-O-M.
And what you do? Where you living at?
Wilkinson.
You got an address?
I don't need to give any more information.
Hey, Charles, you're walking around with a gun over your shoulder. You're not in handcuffs, and I'm asking you a polite question.
I'm following the rules. I don't have to...
You're not going to cooperate any further with your address, huh?
I don't feel that I need to give you an address.
Okay, you stay put. Don't move. Remember what I said, okay?
Yep.
Hey, Charles, I can't see your right hand. Can you just keep that out for me? Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
131 for a 29. Last name is Brandstrom. It's Boyer, Robert, Adam, Nora, Sam, Tom, Robert, Ocean, Mary. First name is Charles, A.F. You can step back here a little bit further, that's fine. Okay, Charles, while I'm talking to you, okay, don't move, don't make any further actions, okay? Why is it that you're walking around with all this hardware, especially the long gun? 1 second, please. 131, go ahead. Thank you. Charles.
Yep.
Why are you walking around with a long gun over your shoulder?
Just for self-defense and for Second Amendment rights.
Okay. Do you realize? Now, I'm going to talk to you like a guy here, okay? Because I'm a pro Second Amendment, patriot American, and I love my Second Amendment rights. But do you realize what you're doing very well could cost me, my Second Amendment rights? Because this is so egregious to the general public that it's going to cause them to make decisions legally that, are going to restrain us. Do you realize that? Do you care about that?
I realize if, somebody takes offense to them, but people take offense to guns if you're open carrying a pistol or a rifle.
Well, I guess I would disagree. The other question I have for you, okay, and this is honestly, this is like if I was having a conversation with my friend, and he said, Sean, I think I want to walk around with a rifle over my shoulder or a shotgun over my shoulder and walk into a public place. If you walked into a public place right now, okay, and there's a lawful CCW person there and they saw that, I could see them shooting you right in the head.
I couldn't.
Because they believe that an active shooting is imminently about to take place. Do you get that?
I don't agree with that part, but I can understand.
Okay.
Because anybody that has a CCW should have more common sense than a light head.
Well, I guess I would disagree with you, Charles. Okay, I think what you're doing is detrimental to the Constitution of the United States. I think it's only going to hurt us. And to be honest with you, I'm very disappointed in your behavior. Okay? But you know what? It is within your constitutional rights. Okay? It is within your constitutional rights. Now that said, just because I can do something, does that make it right? Does that make it intelligent? Does that make it the best choice? Yeah. Not always. Not always. Okay? To be honest with you, I'm going to tell you right now, I think you're hurting us. I think you're hurting law-abiding patriots that believe in the Second Amendment. I'm just telling you that.
And you have the right to think that.
I do. So stay standing just like you are, please. Don't make any furtive actions. Because Officer Redensel's right over there. Thinking cap on. Larry, are we within 1,000 feet of any location?
I do have a distillery license if we are.
10-4. This officer's just going to move over here. We're going to talk, okay? So don't get excited.
Okay.
You got a page? Well, CW record keeper, by the way, is, for one, the admin building an account for the school?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know.
I don't know. I really don't know if they take classes there or not.
And obviously, I'm not going to take him to custody unless I believe we're justified with a probable cause to do so. We have the Boys and Girls Brigade. Is that a school per se? No. Now, if he's got a CCW, he's technically exempt from the 1,000-foot rule. Is that correct?
I think so.
And I think you're right. I didn't ask him for it, but he volunteered his CCW. So I think at this point in time,
As long as we don't confirm that he legally can carry, right?
yeah. Yeah. Well, he's not even carrying concealed right now, but because of the school situation, I think we need to verify the CCW aspect, just so it's not a violation of these potential schools.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from that, I think, he's free to be stupid, and I guess that's the bottom line. So if Paige is going to keep covering you, would you be able to continue that conversation as far as the CCW, and then I'm going to take up conversations with Edgar over here? You feel comfortable? If you want to stow that, it's up to you, but... Okay. It is Charles.
Oh, hell no. You guys, we shouldn't be able to do this. Instead of actually raising the awareness that makes everybody safe, good job. You're raising awareness to the people that are the ones that are going to go to City Hall and scream, hell no, this shouldn't happen. And now, in essence, what you guys could potentially be doing is you're going to get a whole lot of city ordinances that are going to come out banning certain kind of displays.
Well, that's against state law.
Doesn't mean you can't do it. Doesn't mean you can't do it.
It's unenforceable.
There could be some ways to do it. I could promise you that. They can find ways around it.
They would have to change state law. They would have to change Act 35.
So, yeah.
Again, we had the same discussion.
Yeah.
And, hey, so is Officer Gonzalez. I'm an American. I'm a patriot. That's why I do this job, okay?
And
Firearms are a big aspect of my life.
And
Now, that said, I want to maintain that. And to be honest, what you two are doing, and I told your buddy this too politely, you're hurting us. You're hurting the Second Amendment, okay?
Okay.
You've heard of hoplophobes, right? The term hoplophobe, you know it very well. Colonel Jeff Cooper coined that. There's a lot of people who are very nice people who are hoplophobes, okay? And because of this behavior, this is egregious. This is egregious to the common psyche of man. I don't walk around with a rifle and I'm a police officer unless I'm in a hot call like something like this. Okay, so why should you? Just because you can. But I'm sorry, let me just finish my thought. But because of that, I'm afraid, just like Officer Gonzalez said, the powers that be are going to be persuaded by all the people, the nice, friendly, little nice people out there that don't necessarily like guns, and they're going to believe all the rhetoric, okay, that the left is saying, and they're going to pass laws that are going to punish you and me and Officer Gonzalez. We're all going to suffer because of just poor choices.
And I understand your opinion on that, and I don't personally believe that that's going to happen, but it's definitely a possibility. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow or the day after or anything like that. Did you tell me yourself that people in Appleton were crazy looking for ways to ban this from happening again? Didn't you tell me that yourself? There were 12 emails that I know of into City Hall. And those are emails that you know of. Think of all the people that are screaming. Well, that was 12 emails that we found in an open records request. I don't remember who filed that open records request. What's going to happen? It's going to backfire. Yeah. Maybe not this year, maybe not next year. It's going to backfire. And you guys keep doing these things. Have you ever heard the saying, hell is paved, the road to hell is paved in good intentions? I think I've heard it before. You're trying to do the right thing.
Yeah.
You're trying to educate people. Instead, we hang ourselves because the public screams for more laws to prevent this from happening. Before we know it, we can't breathe because of the laws.
Yeah, because everyone wants to be safe.
Yep. And I want to be safe. That's why
Well, I'm a cop and I carry 24/7 all the time. Sometimes I carry more than one gun, but you can't see them. Okay? If a guy walks into a gas station with this, okay, my weapon's out and I'm probably going to cap him. Just because
he walked in there.
Just because he's walking into a gas station, which is commonly, this is an indicator of an active shooting, okay? He's going to walk in there. Now listen,
with a weapon in front, I could understand that would be...
And that's my model I'm using. That's my model I'm using.
An
action versus reaction, right?
Yep, and we talked about that as well. I don't remember, was that a week ago now? I think it was last Sunday.
Well, let's get these two boys together and then we can get them on their way here. How's that sound?
All right.
I'm going to walk over to Paul. I think Paul's getting a little tired here. Charles, I'm sorry. I want to call him Paul. You going to walk in front of your muzzle there, Paige? Okay, guys, just like we discussed, okay, no one's been under arrest, okay? Your behavior is egregious to the public, just so you know, but it's not illegal. I don't think it's prudent, okay? I think you're making some poor choices here, and I think you're going to potentially hurt in the long run all of our rights. That's my honest opinion, and we can differ, okay? Right now, you're not breaking any laws, okay? So we're going to let you be on your way because as a result of the calls you responded to, you're not active shooters, you're not bad guys. Okay?
So is this what we are going to expect every time?
When we get calls of someone walking down the street with a rifle or a shotgun, we're going to respond in a similar fashion. It may not be you. What if it's the bad guy? What if it's the guy who's going to walk into the mall? What if it's the guy that walked to the airport and shot that TSA agent yesterday in that environment? Okay? What if it was that?
You can't just not respond.
Yeah.
I understand, but like even Appleton nowadays, they don't respond like this.
Like what?
Like the last time a guy and a gal came up to me, shook my hand, talked.
Did I put you in handcuffs?
No.
Okay. Until I determined you weren't a threat, which I've determined, okay, I'm going to treat you as a threat because, you know what, there are bad guys, and they look like you and me and all of us. Just by looking at you, I can't tell. And you both know that walking down the road with a rifle or a shotgun over your shoulder is going to get attention. That's why you're doing it. So don't be surprised at our response. Now, we're the good guys, and we're here to protect you. Remember we talked about at length, there are people out there, if you walk in the wrong place, I'm not kidding, they could overreact. And yes, they could violate the law and go to prison, but you're just as dead. So I'm just warning you, you're really taking your life in your own hands in one court. The other court is I legitimately believe that you're ruining our opportunities to maintain this wonderful freedom called the Second Amendment that makes it so unique in the entire world. And I think you're hurting that. Okay? Do you have any questions for me?
No.
Okay. You're free to go? Okay. I hope you don't do this anymore, but I can't stop you.
We're going to be getting more calls. Where are you guys headed? So if we get more calls, we can at least have an indication that more than likely to do that. Another block. It's
Okay.
we're parked behind that mall. I don't know, marketplace, I think it's called.
Okay. Very good. I appreciate it.
All right. Have a good day.
You too.
Thank you.
I'm not sure they like that question, but it's a legitimate question. No, it was legitimate. Wow, what an awesome opportunity to learn.